Hey yo, I'm back. I'm gonna try to do part 2 to that story during the time it takes me to get home. Hopefully it works. So I left off with getting an apartment. I skipped over a lot of stuff though, for real. Cause there's just a lot. But we got an apartment. Okay, this was like December 2017. And like, this was during the time where she was acting like she really wanted to be with me. We were gonna be together, we were gonna move and blah, blah, blah. We were gonna go to Atlanta. We were always talking about going to Atlanta. We really tried to go to Atlanta together first before getting the place, but it didn't work out. We were gonna do it when we were working at the call center because we were gonna try to transfer. But so we were always talking about that. We ended up getting the place. She didn't want to be with her parents because her parents were just, fill in the blank. So she didn't want to be with them, like in their house. She was living with them at the time. Because she had been living with them since she had moved out with her dude that was supposed to be her fiance. So she didn't want to live there. It was gonna be cheaper if I lived with her, like when we split the rent or whatever, because I'm not paying all the rent. You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about getting a place. We decided to get it. But the whole time, like, she was saying she wanted to do it, and she really wanted to be with me, and this and that. She really wanted to move, and like the whole time I'm thinking of it like we're really together, because this girl was selling dreams. Like, I'm not trying to paint her in a bad light, but it wasn't what she was trying to make it out to be, basically. Like, how she really felt wasn't really like the real deal, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, but when we were signing the lease, she was acting like, well, like, I took off, I'm only supposed to be here on my lunch, and like, I'm about to be late for lunch because of this. Like, she was just like real negative. Like, I mean, you signing a lease for like a new apartment, like, it's a good thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's an exciting thing. Like, you're supposed to be happy about that. And it was just like, she was just bringing the mood down. So I'm like, all right. So I'm looking at her like this the whole time. But she still was acting like she wanted to do it. She was just like, I didn't want to be late back for lunch, for work. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'll give you that. Like, maybe that's just what it was. We move in. But this is like after everything happened. And like I said, I don't want to get too deep on what happened, like when we didn't talk for a couple months. But like, I couldn't, like, I'm the type of person where like, I'll try to give you another chance. But depending on like the gravity of the situation, if like, just depending on the situation, like, I might not be able to mess with you for real after that, even if I tried to like give you the benefit of the doubt and try to just like act like the shit didn't happen. Like, it's hard for me to do that, but I really tried, because I really did want us to work, because like we were really, like, we had a lot of things about us like were good things. There were just like certain things that like we just weren't on the same page with. But otherwise, like, me and her, like, we would finish each other's sentences. You know what I mean? It was that type of thing, that type of bond. But, so that was hard for me, and I would try to tell her about it, like, how her parents had treated me, or her mom specifically had treated me during that time. Because, like, her mom would be, like, contacting me, trying to ask about her, and ask if she was okay, and see if she was okay, and this and that. But at the same time, like, her mom didn't respect me. You know what I mean? So I would like tell her stuff like that, like, like that stuff didn't make me feel good. Like, I don't appreciate that, you know what I mean? And not even saying it like you need to check your parents, but just like, hey, this is how I felt in this situation. Because I'm really about that. I'm not like one of those people that pretends like stuff is good and it's not, or doesn't know how to express emotion. Like, I know how to do that. I just need somebody that knows how to do that as well. And she kind of like wasn't able to do that unless like it got to the point where she was on the verge of tears, and then of course where she's expressing emotion. So whatever. But so I would tell her about that, and it would kind of be like, she'll basically be like, okay, well, like, it happened, like, what you want me to do about it? That was kind of like her attitude about it. And it just was like, it was like a deterrent. Like, it was like, it turned me off from like trying to communicate with her and just put a strain on things. And so like, basically, like, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I can really do this. Like, I tried to explain to her, like, and I'm a texter. Like, it's easier for me to, I'm dying. It's easier for me to like say how I'm feeling to you, like, via text, than for me to try to sit and talk to you on the phone, or for me to try to talk to you in person. Because like, if you start making faces or doing anything like that, like, it's better for me to just get out what I want to say over the phone, or even via text. So sometimes I message like, like, I do want to be with you, like, I really do, but I just feel like a lot of that stuff, like, it's just hurting us, and it's like I can't get past it. Because the reason why I felt like I couldn't get past it, because she wasn't trying to get past it with me. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, okay, and that happened, and what about it? You know what I mean? And like, that's not gonna work for me. Okay. So we were kind of like in the place where we weren't together, but she was still claiming like she wanted to work on stuff with me, and I was still like, okay, like we can work on stuff, but we're not in a relationship right now, basically. Without the title, we're working on stuff pretty much. And essentially what happened is, fast forward, I found out because we used to always have each other's password to our phones, right? Then fingerprint, back when with the 7 Plus or whatever, we used to have our fingerprints in each other's phones. So like one day she was doing something, and I forget why I grabbed her phone, because like I really didn't go through her phone for real. Like I might have a couple times, but I really didn't. But one day I like grabbed her phone, like I was just playing with her, and like we would do stuff like that, like, you know what I mean, like grab each other's phone, or like try to hide it or something like that. And this time when I grabbed her phone, she was like real aggressive with like giving me my phone back, and I'm like, hold on, let me call. Is this picture for a reason? Or so I look through it, I see a text message with her talking to her best friend about how she met up with her ex and da da da. Granted, at this point we were not together, we were not in a relationship, but you could, if you was on the outside looking in, bitch, you couldn't tell. You was still saying you wanted to make shit work. You can't make shit work with me and you talking to your ex. That ain't gonna never work. You feel what I'm saying? So that whole situation had me pissed off, because basically she lied about it. I'm like, dude, like, you're not gonna try to even keep a friendship with me or be friends with me, and you're lying to me, you know what I mean? Or you're trying to, you're trying to like make a friendship work with an ex that you dogged out. Like, I don't like that. Like, don't dog your ex out and then try to talk to him again. Like, that doesn't make any sense. The nigga's either the scum of the earth or he's not. You know what I'm saying? And then when I went to some of the texts with her and the ex, she was trying to talk about me to the ex, and that was like where I drew the line, for real. Because like the stuff she was trying to tell him about me, like, oh, she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that, she was literally telling me the same thing about her ex. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm looking like that's why I said about her about selling dreams. Like, she just says whatever works at the moment, sounds good at the moment, fits at the moment. We're sitting in traffic. Jesus, the light is green is a Granny Smith apple. I have no clue why. So anyway, that was like my red flag right there. Because you're telling, like, say like you're telling your ex stuff about me that you said was true of your ex. So if that's the case, why are you talking to either of us? You get what I'm saying? And she would just try to lie about it, like she was, and then she was like, okay, like, well, we could work on this, or we could try to be friends or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna talk to them. And I'm like, okay. So I would ask her, like, well, did you talk to your ex today? You know what I mean? Because I want to see if you're gonna tell me the truth. And she would be like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't talk to him. And so like, I would like, okay, let me see your phone. So she would let me see her phone. And on the outside, you know, on the outside of the messages where it's like all the message conversations, the time would be like, say it was like 6 p.m. But when you go in the message, the last message was from like 3:30. So she was like deleting the messages like I was a dumbass and didn't know that, because no shade, but the person she was about to marry was like, he was touched. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. So she was used to dealing with touched people and thought that I wasn't gonna clue on to the fact that these times ain't adding up, baby. You know what I mean? And she would lie to my face about it. I just cannot stand a liar. That's one thing I cannot stand, is somebody who lies. Like, I don't like that. There's no reason why you need to lie about anything when it comes to me. Like, I'm very understanding. I really am. And even if I'm gonna be mad about something that you're lying about, you might as well tell me, because whenever I find out that you're lying, it's gonna be worse than me just being upset about whatever it is you're trying to tell me. So that's what really like put a strain on everything between us, was when I found out she was a liar. Because go back to when we were working at the call center, one of the girls there, she was like a team lead or a trainer or something like that. I think a team lead, I'll say. She had like basically told some of Cassidy's business and lied about it and said she didn't say it. But another girl came back to us like, hey, the trainers or the team lead said this. And, you know, it was some information that was like true. She had got it from somebody. She had got it from the other dyke that she was talking to. I mentioned in the first video. So she tried to act like I didn't say that, and the girl and Cassidy was like, oh my gosh, like she's a liar, like I can't stand a liar, and this and that. Found out Cassidy a whole liar too. I can't take people like that. That's the irritating. She was talking to her ex, and we really like fell out after that. But like at the same time, because like I had low key like done some stuff that I skimmed over, not like bad stuff, but like try to get people's number and stuff when he was out, but I was like drunk, so that's like, so it's different, you don't really count. But and then I was talking to an old girl still when I told her that I had blocked her, which I had blocked her, but then she had contacted me some other way. So I had done stuff that would make me be like, well, I did do X, Y, Z, and she forgave me. So let's try to work through this. So we still tried to work through that. And when I tell you, like, that was the worst decision ever, because at the end, right before we moved out, like me and her like straight up this spot. And I've never like put my hands on anybody that I've been in a relationship with, but I have been in relationships where people have put their hands on me. And I don't want to say people put their hands on me like I'll just get my ass beat. Oh, I could have turned left. Damn. But put their hands on me like, you know, just like some shit that like certain women do, like, oh my god, like, why, you know, just some like, I don't know how to put it. Like, wasn't nobody punching me in the face, beating my ass, but I ain't had no black ass, but you get what I'm saying. It was some shit, some inappropriate shit you shouldn't have done just because you was upset. But when I tell you, like, I let her have it because I was like, this is the last time I'm letting somebody put their hands on me, and I'm not doing it, you know what I mean? And when it came down to it, like, after we were like okay again and talking, because we still lived together after that, we just like weren't together in a relationship, she tried to basically say in so many words, like, well, the reason why because we basically came to a conclusion that we're not gonna make it, we're not gonna work, it's not gonna work out, period, even after that, right? But she was basically like she was pretty much like, I hate people like this. He has way enough room to move up that like he shouldn't be sitting this far back. That car is that white car, and look at where his car is. Why are you so far back? I'm like in the crosswalk. I wish I could show you. But anyway, so yeah, we had pretty much said like, yeah, I don't think we can like make it work because blah blah blah, all this stuff happened. But what she tried to do is flip it to make it like, well, part of the reason for me why, and some other stuff had happened, but part of the reason for me why I don't think we can make it work is because of that whole situation. Because like I never thought you would do that. I'm like, you put your hands on me. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to flip it and trying to make me feel guilty for defending myself or responding to your aggressiveness. You know what I mean? That you didn't necessarily have to do by trying to act like. And then she tried to say like, I think she tried to say like, if I was a guy, because like I said, she dated men. If I was a guy, she wouldn't have been as married. That's one.
What?
Some cockamamie like didn't make no type of sense shit she was telling me. It was a hot mess. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not proud of that because like that's not something that I'm happy happened, but it happened. But like I know for next time that like I would never put myself in that position again, because if I'm with somebody that's okay putting their hands on me or being physical, well, not putting their hands on me, because like what happened if she like threw something at me? She threw like a cup at me, like some milkshake in it or some shit. And at the time I saw red. I was enraged because I thought that like some milkshake I got on my shirt, but it didn't. But I didn't know that at the time, and that's really what like spawned the situation. There's a cop car in front of me, fucked up. So that's really what spawned like the issue. But what I had done before she threw a milkshake at me was I had picked up like this little baby rock. She was like talking to me crazy or something. I picked up this little baby rock and I like threw it at her head. But I didn't even throw it at her head. I like tossed it because I was right there with her. It wasn't like I threw it from far. But like it was supposed to land in her hair, and like at the same time I was throwing it, she looked up, so it like hit her like, so it like dinked her in the forehead. So she was pissed that she threw this milkshake at me, and that's when I'm like, you know what I mean? That's when I'm like, you know what I mean? Like don't do that. Like I just didn't like what I had done wasn't. And then she had kicked me. That's what happened. That's what really happened. Cause like I kept saying like we could have thrown shit at each other all day, but she kicked me. That's what did it. And I'm like, dude, like you were the first one to put your hands or feet or something on somebody and make it a physical thing. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna try to flip it like it was me, like it was my fault. Anyway, I wasn't supposed to get like all deep into the story like that, but that's what I had to tell to explain like why we ended. And then like towards the end, we just like, I don't know, towards the end we just like weren't like in a good place either. Damn, it's gonna be up here. We weren't like in a good place either. And I don't know, it's just like everything just went bad. And it's fucked up because like everything was so good at one point. And then everything just went bad. So yeah. So all that whole fight thing happened like I don't know, like this past summer. And then I moved in September. Yeah, back home. I'm going down a cobblestone road. So yeah, if I could tell every little tiny detail about like everything that happened, it would probably make for a better story. But like I'm just not gonna do that. But it's still like, and then yeah, so that happened, and she got an apartment, and she was just being real funny with me. Like it was just like some shit that like just wasn't cool, and like I just didn't like it because like at the end of the day, I was somebody that really was like there for her. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people, and it's like, just because I'm there for you, just because I like care about you genuinely and like want you to do well, whatever, blah blah blah, that doesn't mean that we're supposed to be together. And that's like totally okay if we aren't together. But like she like showed me like such little respect, and it was like, you know, you gonna find out the hard way that. And she would text me like once we moved out, she would text me like, like people are this, people are that, and I'm like, you know, honestly, I don't want to hear your sad stories because I tried to tell you. And I'm not even saying I tried to tell you like what you say with me. I'm trying to say I tried to tell you like everybody's not gonna give a damn about you like I gave a damn about you. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. But like I did stuff for her that like her friends and family wouldn't have done or didn't do. And that's just a mess. I might go to like Philly, New Jersey this weekend. Look at the car. So if I do, I might vlog that. So I'm not just going. Storytime, but we'll see.